Hi families. This video is actually for the parents or guardians of the kiddos you're teaching. In all of our videos so far that we've been posting or sharing, you've been hearing us talk a lot about zones of regulation, blue zone, yellow zone, red zone. And the reason for this is it is crucial in developing the social emotional development in children. It is something that we use to help them learn to identify their emotions, be able to figure out where those emotions fit, and then also be able to come up with a solution for themselves, to problem solve how to get themselves back into a calm emotional state. Mindfulness is something that we've also talked about here and there with Inner Explorer. There's a lot of resources out there for helping children, but this is one that we use in our classroom, and it's a really great tool. I'm going to read you a quick little story to give you more of an understanding of how it's targeted in the classroom, and then also at home you guys can make this resource for yourself with simple tools like construction paper and then scissors. You can take pictures of your kids doing these things so that you can place them on those different colors of construction paper and then write on top what those zones are. I will also show you a quick resource that I have that we use in the classroom to give you an idea of what it looks like. And it's called an I Feel I Need board. Basically what it is I feel, and that's in the emotion that they're feeling in the zone that they're in, and then I need, and what it is that they need to be able to solve their problem. A lot of times kids need different tools to put themselves back into a calm emotional state, and what works one time may not work the next time. What might work for a week may not work the next week. It's all really trial and error. But what it does is it gives kids a vast array of tools to be able to use to learn how to solve their problems, think through their emotions, and be able to self-regulate. That is the goal. So with that being said, I'd like to read this story. It's called My Zones of Regulation. And as you can tell, this is a simple story that I made in our classroom as a resource for our kids that we read. And you can see on the front cover, it's got the different zones. So let's get started, okay? My zones of regulation. I have thoughts in my brain and feelings in my body. My feelings can fit into 4 zones: the blue zone, the green zone, the yellow zone, or the red zone. I'm in my body, I'm in the blue zone when my body is feeling slow. Blue zone feelings are feelings like tired, sick, sad, and bored. I am in the green zone when I'm feeling good to go, ready to learn, focused, or happy. Green zone feelings are feelings like happy, calm, and focused. When I am in the yellow zone, I am starting to lose control, and I need to be careful. Frustrated, silly, and worried are yellow zone feelings. And with the yellow zone, oftentimes we share with kids, sometimes it looks like they're being really silly and their bodies are amped up and they're kind of starting to get out of control. It's not that it's a bad emotion, it's that there's a time and a place for everything. So we teach, is now the time to be silly and bouncing around if we're sitting in circle? No, that's unexpected. So we do also a lot of expected and unexpected. It helps children understand what is the standard for the time of what you're doing. There are things that we can do during that time and things that we can't. So we teach them what's expected and unexpected. This zone can also be that their body is getting out of control because they're slowly getting frustrated. And the next step is they're going to be angry. For some kids, that looks very different. That might mean there might be a toy thrown across the room. That might mean there might be an emotional meltdown. That might mean that they're just screaming. That might mean that they shut down and they just cry and need to be by themselves. that whatever that looks like for them, that's where they're headed. I am in the red zone when I am out of control and need to stop. Terror, anger, and aggression are red zone feelings. When I know about my zones, I can learn how to move from yellow or red zones back to a green zone. When I am in the green zone, I am ready to learn. So parents, this is a really great tool for being able to tell kids sometimes we feel frustrated. Sometimes if we don't stop and look at what triggered us and triggered that emotion, we don't know how to problem solve to get ourselves back to the green zone. So teaching children to stop and identify their emotion and be able to problem solve helps them learn how to get there. It also teaches them how to identify how and what was the path so that they can be better problem solvers for themselves and emotional keepers of their emotions. So that is the story, My Zones of Regulation. We actually read this book in class to really help kids understand about their emotions in a very simple form. Again, this is a simple resource. If you have a printer at home and a computer, you can look up Zones of Regulation at home. There's also breathing techniques that come with it. It's a skill that they teach in elementary schools as well.